The question now, is this the end of the Bachmann era, or is it just the beginning of something big? Joining me now by Skype, Michele Bachmann's former faith coordinator for her presidential campaign, Peter Waldron. Peter, you brought charges against Bachmann having to do with campaign finances. They're being investigated by the House Ethics Committee. Tell me about that. What are these charges?
Sure. I filed a complaint with the FEC, the Federal Elections Commission, in January. And in the complaint, I had 5 allegations. Allegations that dealt with payments to a sitting senator in the Iowa Senate. I dealt with issues of Michele Pack, a political action committee, contributing to the compensation for an employee of the Bachmann for president. There are 5 allegations in total, Jake.
Do you think that's why she's not running again, or do you take her to her word that she wants to move on to some other challenges?
I believe that any reasonable person who is under investigation by 5 separate entities, to include the FBI, the Office of Ethics of the House, there is the Senate Ethics Committee in Iowa. There's so many investigations. There's 5 investigations. There's a lawsuit that's in the process of settlement. I think that's a lot for any one person to handle just one of the issues. But I believe that the strain of having to sustain all the questions that are coming as a result of the investigation, talking to investigators, the lawyers, the lawyer fees, settlement talks, it gets to be quite a chore to carry that. And then, of course, there's constituent services to the people of the 6th District of Minnesota. So she's got a lot on her plate. I think it was a good decision. I think it benefits her. It benefits her constituents. And I believe that the issues that I have raised in the various investigations will be addressed. They'll be investigated, and justice at the end will prove out the allegations I've made.
All right, Peter, let me bring in CNN's chief congressional correspondent, Dana Bash, who covers Congresswoman Michele Bachmann on the Hill, and political reporter Peter Hanby, who covered her presidential campaign last year. Dana, do you think that Peter Waldron is right, that the reason she's announcing she's not running for re-election is because she is just so burdened by these House ethics investigation dealings?
The truth is, we don't know the answer. We know that she explicitly said that wasn't the reason. She also explicitly said that she's not retiring at the end of her term because she wasn't afraid of losing. But we also know, as he just laid out, that there are big problems that she has, and it was going to be a tough go for her. I mean, she represents a Republican district that Democrats really thought that they could win because she has that seat, because she's a lightning rod. They were very much gunning for it. And now Democrats admit if she's gone, it might be hard for her to get, and for them to get at every single seat in the House, as the Democrats try to get the majority back, matters. That was a key one.
And Peter Hanby, you know that covering her, as I do, that she's a very personable person, very likable to the likes of us. She had a very high rate of staff turnover in Congress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she absolutely did. She had a high rate of staff turnover in Congress. She cycled through multiple chiefs of staff. She also did it on her presidential campaign. And I was emailing with a number of former advisors today, just kind of checking in, trying to get some insight into this decision. And I was actually kind of shocked by how many of them were like, haven't talked to her for a while, got no idea. Haven't been in the loop for a long time, can't help you, sorry. So, yeah. I mean, she keeps a very tight circle, and during the presidential campaign, she was, very sort of sheltered, aside from media interviews here and there. They tried to keep her away. She traveled with a large security entourage in a lot of situations and would literally push reporters away in some situations.
I remember that. Dana Bash, Peter Hanby, and Peter Waldron, thank you so much.